Exodus chapter 39, Holman Christian Standard Bible. They made specially woven garments for ministry in the sanctuary, and the holy garments for Aaron from the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Bezalel made the ephod of gold, of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely spun linen. They hammered out thin sheets of gold, and he cut threads from them to interweave them with the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, just as the fine linen in skillful design. They made shoulder pieces for attaching it. It was joined together at its two edges. The artistically woven waistband that was on the ephod was of one piece with the ephod, according to the same workmanship of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely spun linen, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then they mounted the onyx stones surrounded with gold filigree settings, engraved it with the names of Israel's sons as a gem cutter engraves the steel. He fastened them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as memorial stones for the Israelites, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. He also made the embroidered breastpiece with the same workmanship as the ephod of gold, of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely spun linen. They made the breastpiece square and folded double, 9 inches long and 9 inches wide. They mounted 4 rows of gemstones on it. The first row was of carnelian, topaz, and emerald. The second row, a turquoise, sapphire, and a diamond. The third row, a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, onyx, and a jasper. They were surrounded with gold filigree in their settings. The 12 stones corresponded to the names of Israel's sons. Each stone was engraved like a seal with one of the names of the 12 tribes. They made braided chains of pure gold for cord for the breastpiece. They also fashioned 2 gold filigree settings and 2 gold rings and attached the 2 rings to its corners. Then they attached the 2 gold cords and on to the 2 gold rings on the corners of the breastpiece. They attached the other ends of the 2 cords to the 2 filigree settings, and in this way attached them to the ephod shoulder pieces in the front. They made the 2 other gold rings and put them on the 2 other corners of the breastpiece on the edge that is next to the inner border of the ephod. They made the 2 more gold rings and attached them to the bottom of the ephod's 2 shoulder pieces on its front and close to its seam above the ephod's woven waistband. Then they tied the breastpiece from its rings to the rings of the ephod with a cord of blue yarn so that the breastpiece was above the ephod's waistband. It did not come loose from the ephod. They did just as the Lord had commanded Moses. They made the woven robe of the ephod entirely of blue yarn. There was an opening in the center of the robe like that of body armor with a collar around the opening so that it would not tear. They made pomegranates of finely spun blue, purple, and scarlet yarn on the lower hem of the robe. They made bells of pure gold and attached the bells between the pomegranates and all around the hem of the robe between the pomegranates, a bell and a pomegranate alternating all around the lower hem of the robe to be worn for ministry. They made it just as the Lord had commanded Moses. They made the tunics of fine woven linen for Aaron and his sons. They also made the turban and the ornate headbands of fine linen, the undergarments, and the sash of finely spun linen of embroidered blue, purple, and scarlet yarn. They did just as the Lord had commanded Moses. They also made a medallion, the holy diadem, out of pure gold and wrote on it an inscription like the engraving of a seal, holy to the Lord. Then they attached a cord of blue yarn to it in order to mount it on the turban, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. So all the work for the tabernacle and the tent of meeting was finished. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord had commanded Moses. They brought the tabernacle to Moses, the tent with all its furnishings, its clasps, its planks, its crossbars, and its posts and bases, the covering of the ram skins dyed red, and the covering of manatee skins, the veil for the screen, the ark of the testimony with its poles and mercy seat, the table, all its utensils, and the bread of the presence, the pure gold lampstand with its lamps arranged and all its utensils, as well as the oil for the light, the gold altar, the anointing oil, the fragrant incense, the screen for the entrance to the tent, the bronze altar with its bronze grate, its poles, all its utensils, and the basin with its stand, the hangings of the courtyard, its poles, and posts and bases for the screen of the gate of the courtyard, its ropes and its tent pegs, and all the equipment for the service of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, and the specially woven garments for ministering to the sanctuary, the holy garments for Aaron and the priests, and the garments for his sons to serve as priests. The Israelites had done all the work according to everything the Lord had commanded Moses. Moses inspected all the work they had accomplished. They had done just as the Lord had commanded. Then Moses blessed them.